It's your girl Tink Marche. I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6, episode 16, Innocent Until Proven Keke review. Cover a variety of topics, local news, trending topics, celebrity news. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop these goddamn videos, okay? I'm something like a big deal. I'm not a big deal yet, but I will be getting there real soon because I am almost at 8,000 subscribers. You know how big of a deal that is. I do appreciate that, but I need you all's engagement in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button on the videos and comment so we can push the video through the algorithm. I talk a little fast because I know I can't keep y'all's attention. So I'm going to work on my retention with you all, and I'm going to speed this up. So Stormy's husband, Courtney, sits down with Marceau and speaks about how Marceau addressed Stormy at the Black Expo event. Marceau then insults Courtney by saying he sell women's products. Was Marceau's way of coming at Courtney's manhood by saying that he should stay in a woman's place rather than a man's place, when I just feel like at least he got a business to consult with his wife about, and they're actually making money. If they are in fact making money, Marceau, you are in a lawsuit with Zen Garden. There are many content creators breaking down this lawsuit between Letitia and Marceau, and I believe someone stated that they owed over $5 million, or Zen Garden is seeking over $5 million. Don't quote me on that. That is alleged. But for clarity, seek out those other content creators for the detail and the breakdown of what's going on with them. But there is also rumors on the street that Stormy is also being sued. It's a very clever and smart move for Mel to go start her own production company, because honestly, y'all, I do not believe this show will make it past 10 seasons due to the drama with lawsuits, the disrespect from the men to their wives, and some of the cast attempting to avoid speaking about their true issues and their lives on the show. Every time the show ends, all their tea is spilled online. We saw Ariana / Coleslaw speaking to content creators. We saw Stormy get into it with a content creator, a YouTuber by the name of Black Titanic. Marceau and Letitia was exposed for scamming people out of their money and using the funds to rebuild their home. Also, they were attempting to extort a barber who was in contract with them, who caught wind that Marceau was sleeping with Keke's makeup artist. I may have got something wrong, but you know, that's the gist of it. And that is alleged. The barber stated that he caught Marceau on tape admitting to sleeping with his makeup artist. And then they tried to extort the barber by saying that they didn't want to continue on the project that they were originally working on until he released the tape, or gave them the tape of him recording Marceau admitting this. Yeah. So I wonder will this be showed on the show? Allegedly. Keke, do you love me? Is you riding? Well, in addition to that, y'all, Letitia and Kimmy sat down and talked about Keke and the Lowe's situation. So Keke also, and I just have to tell y'all what's going on YouTube. So Keke's mom recently came out the shadows to clear her name against allegations that she leaked information to content creators. It has also been alleged that Keke's mom cursed out a YouTuber for failing to cover certain things about Mel. She is accused of trying to take Mel down. What's new? At this point, we have had Stormy's mom that didn't like Mel all of a sudden. We have Martell's mom who flipped on Mel. Now we have, then we had Letitia's mom that didn't like Mel, flipped on her. And now we're having Keke's mom allegedly wanting to take Mel down. And I just got to say this, if that is true, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what's going around. When you dig a hole for your enemies, you should be prepared to get dirty yourself. And while I'm at it, the fair use disclaimer states under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. And so I am going to put that in my video and in my description. Back to TT. But jumping back to Keke, you love me, is you riding? Jumping back to Keke's mom, y'all, they are saying that she was trying to take down Mel, and in her attempt to clear Keke's name, her mom accidentally, in my opinion, admitted that Keke was in the photo that came out with Lowe's. Now, if y'all remember a while back, I had posted some screen recordings of Keke on live. And I believe, I'm not quite sure of her exact words. I can go back and watch it, but I'm in the middle of recording this video. But I do remember around that time that she was acknowledging the photo, but she also said something to the effect that that wasn't her in the photo, or something may have gotten mixed up. I don't remember her exact words. So it's kind of odd to hear her mom now admit that it is Keke. And I would add the clip, but y'all gonna have to find that by yourselves, because I don't want anybody striking my channel. I don't want people saying that I'm using their content. I feel like all this information that's out there, everybody that's pulling the same conclusion that I am, first of all, I don't watch people's reviews before I do mine. So let's start there. But some people feel a little bit mad. They feel upset when people use some of their commentary to draw a conclusion in their commentary. So I don't ever want people to feel that way. I have my own brain. I could connect the dots. I've been watching this show before people even saw that it was going to be popular. I tried to get all my family members and friends on, and they told me they didn't want to watch it. Now everybody watching it. But anyways, I digress. Recognize that I'm a growing platform, right? And I'm not for everybody, and that's cool, And if I'm not for you, you don't have to comment that. You can literally keep on scrolling. But I do enjoy other content creators. I love their creativity, but I don't ever want people to think that I'm over here listening to your video and collecting what you're saying and going. I don't do stuff like that. First of all, I got my own brain, and like I said, I've been on this show for a very long time. That's why I was able to break it down on my TikTok, a while back when people were blaming Mel for the demise of Letitia's marriage. I had to break it down for them, y'all, because they got things a little bit confused. And so, but anywho, if you use my content, please don't use my voice. But if you're piecing stuff together, if it's something that I said that clicked with you, just give me my credit. That's all I ask for, I do recognize that this is a career for most people. They make good money. Y'all, people make good money on YouTube talking about these things that I talk about. Not as much, but people make good money to talk about love and marriage and all the celebrity gossip more than you really think. So I get it. You want to protect your craft, but I personally would not maliciously use your content, your thoughts, your ideas without crediting you as the content creator, as I've done in the past. I have no problem doing that. But for now, I would stay away from that. I won't share anybody's nothing. I will just, if I do mention it, I will tell y'all where to go, and then I'll continue on and talk about my thoughts. But anyways, getting back to Keke. So I was off Keke. I basically said, all in all, I feel like if Lowe's put the picture up maliciously, let's stop talking about it. But we're going to Tiff. So Tiffany, y'all, I almost forgot Tiffany was on the show. I forgot that she even had a segment. Isn't that sad? Go back and watch the clip of her and Mel to pull this. And baby, I had to pull this. There is a rumor going around. I have to address this because a lot of the times this show will not discuss things that's being told on social media. I told y'all when the show go off, that's when the show really starts. But last season, I believe, towards the end, there was a rumor that Tiffany was the one that leaked that picture of Keke to other content creators. And that's what's happening with the mom. The mom got sucked into that because, I believe I don't know what she was doing. I don't want to put words in her mouth or say what she was or wasn't doing. But this is what's being said, that she was collaborating with a lot of content creators and giving them information about Keke and other people. And so, yeah. That's how the picture came about. That's what they're saying. Tiffany is the one that leaked it to a content creator. I don't know why Tiffany would do this. Keke is hosting Instagram lives with her mom to clear her mom's name. She is alleging that she did not leak any information to the blogs, but her mom admitted to talking to bloggers. But you want us to believe, hold on, y'all. So she want us to believe, although Keke herself is not talking to bloggers or bloggers, content creators, whatever. And Keke's mom she has been proven to have been in connection with certain bloggers. But we're to believe that Keke, wasn't the one giving her any information? On every reality TV, there is always somebody that's in a hot seat to be hazed. And I think this is just Keke's season to be hazed. Keeping her position on the show will be a real challenge for her this season. We have seen this time and time again on reality TV, and Love and Marriage is no different. And the rumor is that Keke may be fired. Now, I don't know how true that is, But, I guess we will have to continue to watch the show to see what happens. And I plan on doing a separate video about the possibility of this being true, because there's so many moving components to this. But we'll have to save that for later. But we're going to move on to Letitia and Stormy. Okay, so Letitia and Stormy is at odds, and they're still mad about the whole event. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think Letitia is really mad at Stormy. In fact, I believe it's a way for Stormy, Letitia, Courtney, and Marceau to deflect from their lawsuits that they're having. This is my opinion. I think at the time of the event, when Marceau spoke of the $100 to Stormy, that may have been real. But in my opinion, when a show went off, I think they decided to collaborate and drag this out to avoid having to discuss what's really going on with their lawsuits. And this is just in my opinion, not facts, but I guess we'll have to wait to see that too. We can see from the mid-trailer though, Maurice will sit down with a therapist. I have no words for Kimmy, not right now. To say I'm disappointed is an understatement, but I'm not surprised. She waited almost a decade to engage with this man, had to beg him for a honeymoon, and now he's begging her for sex every other episode. The son, Maurice, that you love so much is watching you. They discussed this again, you all, on the show. Again, having to babysit him, although she's the one that went through a major scare, okay, with her health. She's having to explain to him that her medications contribute to her decrease in sex drive. And he's acting as if this is mind over matter. Like this is something that she could just snap her fingers and over. But Maurice also strikes me as the type that things have to happen to him. Something is going to have to happen to him in order for him to get where Kimmy is coming from. Is that we don't drag this on, because I'm tired of talking about it already. If Kimmy wishes to Shirley Strawberry herself, who am I to criticize? I don't feel bad or indifferent. I just feel blah. She said herself, someone who just beat cancer, she said on the show, she will now seek help to be able to please him better. She is going to seek help after beating cancer to please him better, despite her tiredness of his antics. Sad. Said I had to pull information to put together for y'all about Tiff this episode. Interesting that they've been on this show this long and they're still not on the promo pics. Have y'all noticed that? They are not on the promo pics for us to remember. But okay. She's struggling as a first-time mom. Her husband is not in the house as much as he needs to be. Some do believe that Big Lou is stepping out on Tiffany, while that has not been confirmed. I can see why people have drawn that conclusion. While everyone is praising Big Lou, I don't think he is much different than the rest. I think him and Tiffany will literally sell their souls to ensure that they're able to collect their own checks. So even if he did cheat on Tiff, she strikes me as the type to sweep it under the rug and use the kid as a reason to stay. So I would not be surprised when he called himself checking Marceau about how Marceau addressed Tiffany last season. I knew then he wasn't about the he be talking about. Not that I want to see him get active. He just give me vibes that if it did come to blows between him and Marceau behind the scenes, he would have been begging him for his forgiveness. That's the vibe that I get. I don't know. They're like my least favorite couple. Hell, like I said, I forget Tiffany's husband name. I forget that they're even on the show. But I will say this though. This me pulling, okay? I will say this. While I don't agree with if Tiffany is the one that leaked Keke's photos to the blogs, I do agree with her when she said that she is concerned about how this may affect the cast as a whole. Because if it is true, the first thing people will say, which is what she said to Mel, is they're not going to say Keke stole. They're going to say love and marriage Keke, right? But Tiffany, you're not even on the promo pictures, girl. Shouldn't that be something Mel, Marceau, Letitia, and Maurice and Kimmy should be talking about? But I do feel, Tiffany on that, but she should have had that conversation off camera. Her timing is the worst, y'all. On a Martell Hope, y'all. We are almost done with this review. Isn't that something? But Martell sat down with Chris Fletcher. During the course of this episode, we were informed that Martell was broke. He sits down with his friend to discuss selling his home. Nevertheless, before they actually got into the conversation about the home, Chris decided to inform Martell he did not value him or value the fact that he subpoenaed him and his wife to testify against Mel. I believe that around the time that Mel was at the Fletcher's house and Mel sat down with Chris and his wife, I can't think of her name right now, but sat down with them and they were discussing Martell's financials. Remember that? I believe then Mel had exposed the fact that Martell was selling his home, right? I believe around that time, that's when Martell subpoenaed Chris and his wife to come to court. That's why I couldn't understand what the tension was around that time. I knew it was Martell, of course, but I didn't know that was at the time. But now I realize why there was so much tension on that episode. But Chris Fletcher did attempt to hold Martell accountable. But per usual, Martell became defensive as if those people had not informed him that they did not wish to be involved with his marriage. I don't understand why Martell can't understand that no one owes him anything. The things you have done for your friends in the past will not convince people, especially after all that has happened at this point, to step up and do things that they have stated to you they're uncomfortable doing. He likes to push boundaries with people. But Chris Fletcher warned Martell seasons ago that fighting with Mel about those children was wrong. And then you take him to court? It's sick, y'all. Martell was losing his deal with the deal that him and Chris Fletcher had set up with whatever partnership they had. Martell was going to be the face of it. Well, he deliberately and effectively and clearly told Martell that it was wrong for him to take Mel to court. On top of that, he said that Mel was an excellent mother. You don't think they can use that type of footage in court, Martell? Every time somebody tries to hold Martell accountable, he becomes irritated. In spite of telling Chris Fletcher he wanted people to let the truth come out, quote unquote, he was angry at his mother for not lying on his behalf in court. Make this make sense. At the end of it all, Chris Fletcher advised Martell to leave the house that he pretty much hired him to do. He hired him to sell the house. And Chris is doing that. He's trying to anyways. And he came to inform Martell also that he must leave in order for the house to be sold. Martell looked at this man in his eyes and stated that the house will be sold as soon as I leave. That's his words. He went back and forth as if he did not understand that Chris was doing the job that he hired him to do. His attempt to turn the conversation on Chris was to use his children as tools by asking, so, and I'm quoting this, so would you like for me to move the kids into a hotel room? What? He attempted to make it seem like Chris did not care for his children. Martell, there is no hope. You cannot give people like Martell second chances after they've screwed up, because if they shenan once, they will shenan again. That's TikTok. I recall when Mel filed for a divorce and Martell agreed to move out within a month, and he started sleeping downstairs or upstairs as if she wouldn't notice that he was still there past the time that he said he would get out. Remember that? She informed him that you told me you would be out of here, Martell, and you're still here. You leave. You need to leave. And he turned around and told her, no, you need to go. Remember? This is the same situation, same mindset. This man has not changed. The problem is, Martell thinks everybody is the fool, but he's the biggest fool. He is the biggest fool in the room. He thinks he's the smartest in the room when really he's the dumbest. He's so dumb. He really believes that people are just going to fall for his bull. But you were given 30 days to leave and stay for 40 days. What do you expect this man to do? They said, Chris Fletcher said that he had given Martell 40 days. Really, they had been in contract to sell this house, and this house had been on the market for 8 months. And you've been in... It don't make any sense, y'all. This man is an idiot to me, in my opinion. He believes that people will want to ruin their working reputations for him. Is it crack? Tell me now in the comments. Do y'all think it's crack? This dude thinks by having proximity to people in high places that will save him from homelessness and shame. And he does that by himself. He should take responsibility for his actions instead of blaming others. He should learn from his experience and change his behavior. However, I do not believe he will change at all. This man is who he is. It's embarrassing. This was an embarrassing scene for Martell. I'm sure of it. If not, it should be. But this was all alleged. This was my opinion, a figment of my imaginations. I know how y'all be coming at these content creators And because we're giving our opinion, but really without our opinion, the show wouldn't be where it is. Y'all, that is my recap on Love and Marriage Season 6, Episode 16. Things are just heating up, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a review or I drop any other content, viral, local, or celebrity gossip. It's your girl, Tink Marche. See y'all in the comments. Bye.
Warning.